Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are taking a look at Masterpiece 12C Clampdown. At least I'm hoping it's Masterpiece 12C Clampdown and not a very well designed knockoff figure. I did get this from Amazon, which is why I'm a little bit nervous, but there's only really one piece that makes me nervous about it. The rest of it does look very well and it does look great. First off, let's go ahead and take a look at the box. Boxes are boring, but let's take a look at it. As you see here, it's a box. You do have the artwork of the character in both modes. You do get baloney on it. It does have that hologram, so I do think this is real. I don't see any misspellings. Everything looks good. It's just one piece, and I'll show that off now. If anybody else has this figure, if you can let me know if you have this issue. Where I'm having the issue is the light bar here. Of course, now that I'm talking about it, it's not going to happen. It keeps popping out on me, especially if I put in the other weapons. Doesn't look like it was glued down at all, but maybe that was done on purpose. I don't know. Now this figure is a repaint of the Red Alert mold, which I do not have, but it is also a retool of the Sideswipe figure for obvious reasons, which I only have the Generation 2 one, which you see here kind of in the background. But just taking a look at it, it is a very nice white and black. You do have the nice dark plastic for make it look like it's tinted windows. It does look like it is very nice. You do have Lamborghini and Countach written here. Very nicely done. On the bottom here, I always did like this mold because of how well it hides all the different bot parts. There's no visible head unless you like perfectly angle everything. How the feet come down and look like seats. I always did like that style. Now, as far as accessories, he does come with a few things. Of course, you do get your instructions. Yay. You do kind of need them if you haven't done the figure. You do get the card that shows Clampdown, and because I only speak English, don't really know what it's saying, but it's still cool nonetheless. He does come with 2 pile drivers, which I'll show off in robot mode. And he does come with the 2 guns. Now the 2 guns do combine for storage reasons, like so, and then you plug it in into the light bar, which is a very tight fit and a very loose piece. There we go. And now he is souped up, ready for battle. But that is that. That's only really needed for if you want to leave him in car mode and make him do battle scenes, which is tempting. As you can see, it's very, very tight to get out, and that's why I'm thinking maybe they didn't glue it in so you can't have that clearance issue. But let's take a look at some of the other Transformers that you can compare it to here. I do have the Generation 2 Sideswipe Masterpiece figure, which is that lovely black and red, and this is a retool of, basically. And then here is Cordon, which is another white Lamborghini police mold, and I just want to kind of show off just how they look together. So you do get that basic Lamborghini design, different types of windows, but it does look good nonetheless. And of course here he is with the Sideswipe, and you can see that they are pretty much just the same figure. For the most part, this does get retooled in bot mode, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. So I'm going to go ahead and pause, get these 2 into bot mode. I'm going to leave him out of this. It takes too long to do it. I have plans today. So I'm going to go ahead and get these guys into bot mode, and we're going to talk about the figure. Be right back. One brief thing real fast. As far as transforming these guys go, this on Clampdown, this crotch piece goes up, so you get it nice and flush. You can't do that with Sideswipe. So for Sideswipe, you do leave that crotch piece down. Alright, so here we have Clampdown in his robot mode. As you can see here, it is very reminiscent of Sideswipe and Red Alert, and it's that same basic design. However, there are some slight differences, and the reason for that being to sell toys. When they decided to do the second season of Transformers, they introduced new characters who are repaints and retools of the original figures. And one of the things that Floral Dairy did was get rid of the more streamlined designs that the first season cast had and give them much more design based off their toys, which is why the cone heads have their cones obviously on their heads. It was to help them stand out and sell toys, make them look different. And one of the things they did for Red Alert is they drew him with his wheels on the side, just like the toy would have had, whereas Sideswipe didn't. And this is one of those things where one of the few times I actually kind of appreciate that they're going for cartoon accuracy, in that it gives the figures that much more of a retool. Other than that, as we showed, the Crush Plate sits differently in both modes, and of course they have different head sculpts, as he's got that lovely G2 snarl, and he comes with a lot different weapons. But let's talk about his weapons. I do have the pile driver, one of the pile drivers installed. Gun, just like with every Masterpiece toy, there's a small tab. It fits in there barely, and he does get the cannon here, which can go up and down, and you can put it on either arm, but according to TF Wiki, it's supposed to be on this arm. As far as how you install this, it's just like doing Sunstreakers, or Sunstreakers is the only one I have compared to. You just fold the hand in, and then you kind of just tab it in there as best you can. But it's still cool. I mean, it's not the best feature. I would have loved to see if somehow they can make them so they're built in, but it is what it is. As far as articulation goes, it is a Masterpiece figure, so you do get a lot. Head is on a ball joint, does go up and down, does rotate. You don't really get the side to side, unfortunately. Arms, you do get really nice 90-degree bend forward. You can only go about that far back, only about that far out, but you can do the full 360, and because of how he transforms, you can, doesn't really stay in there a while. But as far as because of his transformation, you do get a little bit more shoulder room. Waist, you do get full waist rotation, but the backpack does get in the way, which of course gets in the way of the kick in the back, but the kick in the front goes pretty far. That's before you move the crotch plate. You move it up, you get further. Leg, you do get pretty good knee bend. It does go out quite well. You do get up and down on the foot and some pretty decent ankle tilt. Not the best, but some pretty decent. And that's pretty much it. It is a fun toy. Now, I do prefer collecting the Diaclone colors of the figures, because I don't really care for cartoon accuracy that much. And I do like how they just feel better and they look different. Instead of trying to make it look always like the cartoon, they do kind of stand out. And just doing that slight retool or whatever, it does look good. I mean, he's not really that impressive. He's just Red Alert with a new paint scheme. And that's okay. You know, it's not the worst thing. It's not the best thing. But it is a cool figure. And of course, this is a Masterpiece figure, so this is for collectors. This is for the people who are collecting high-end figures. This isn't going to be for your 6-year-old neighbor or, you know, somebody who's going to actually play with it. This is supposed to be posed and just kind of look cool on a shelf somewhere. Yeah, and he does. I mean, just standing next to Sideswipe, it is a different look. It is a different feel, even though they're the same basic figure. And especially when you get him all loaded up with his weapons and gear, it is a completely different feel for the characters. But that's it for this review. Thank you very much for watching. Again, this figure is a few years old. I was able to find it on Amazon. I've seen it on Robot Kingdom as well. Thank you for watching. Please comment down below. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, what you want to see next. I do have a lot of cool stuff coming up. I'm going to have a lot of figures reviewed for Halloween, and I do have some really cool Transformers things coming in soon as well. So please, again, subscribe. I appreciate anything. I appreciate any comment you guys give me. Tell me I suck. I'm fine with it. Thank you, and have a great rest of your day.